I decided to apply for a PhD program at Stanford. Then I got in. So then, yeah, here I am.
When was your life-changing moment? What do you think?
Yes, maybe the first time was when I went to Switzerland for my first master's degree.
Yeah.
Because at that time I felt I was pretty much stuck in Japan. Yeah. After going to Switzerland, I feel like my life started moving more smoothly. Like when you are true to yourself, when you are true to what you want to do, like deep inside, I think like the things move more smoothly for you. Things come to you.
And after the 2 years in Switzerland, what did you do?
After Geneva, I worked at the Japanese International Cooperation Agency. It's called JICA. And after that, I started working at the UN, headquartered in Vienna, Austria.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was really the dream come true for me.
I see. So how did you get this like dream position, Ayako?
I was part of the Junior Professional Officer program. It's called JPO, kind of supported by the Japanese government. But it's not only provided by, like, done by Japanese government. Like, for example, US government has the same program, like other governments has the same program.
That new chapter in Vienna. How did you feel you got this dream position finally?
Yes, I still remember when I got the job, I think I was in the office, JICA office, and I got the email from them confirming that I can start my assignment like April. Yeah, I was super happy. I was probably happier. I felt happier than when I was proposed to marry.
I see. Yeah, because of so competitive and many people want to join UN, right? So amazing. And you were assigned. So how was the life in Vienna?
Yeah, it was amazing also because firstly, Vienna is beautiful. And secondly, UN work, I expected it would be more bureaucratic, but it was actually more like, especially UNIDO, like every manager works independently. So I started writing proposals to like governments, for example, Japanese government and the EU, to get funding. And in the first year, I submitted multiple proposals to multiple governments, and I was able to get small project. I was able to get like $400,000 to implement a project in a small country called Djibouti in Africa. Yes, so that was my first year preparing for the project. And I think I felt really great because it was my first, my own project at the UN. And the second year, I started implementing the project by hiring local consultants in Djibouti, international consultants, doing the procurement, and of course, like engaging with the Djiboutian government, like officials. And yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Was it the 2 years work experience at this organization?
Yes. So UNIDO headquarters, I was there for 2 years, and after that I went back to Japan, but continued working at the UNIDO. Yeah, I came back to Japan because my father was sick, and I was also planning to start a family. So yeah,
I
came
see. And so came back to Japan, took care of your family. And what made you decision to go to Stanford?
When I got pregnant with my daughter, I started thinking maybe I can study again, because at that time I kind of felt the kind of limit working as a project coordinator manager. And I always wanted to get like a more scientific, technical skills. So I was interested in like statistics and data science stuff, but also I was interested in getting another domain expertise. So I was interested in like a food security and like kind of health. So I took the exam for another master's degree at the University of Tokyo. So I started studying for that when I was pregnant, and I got in. Then I actually took 1 year leave because I was taking care of my baby.
Yep.
So when my baby turned like almost 1 year, I started going to University of Tokyo to study another master's degree. So my husband works for the government of Japan, and they told him to go and work in San Francisco. Yeah, so I always wanted to go to California. It was one of my dream places to live. So I decided to quit the University of Tokyo, then applied for. I mean, I didn't decide to quit actually. So when my husband was assigned to San Francisco, I applied to University of Berkeley. Because University of California, Berkeley, because that was also my another dream place to study. Then I go in, then so my husband, like we moved to San Francisco, and I started studying at Berkeley. Then there I did the research on air quality estimates using machine learning and remote sensing data. And I was really like I got fascinated by conducting research by leveraging my technical knowledge expertise, because I like to initiate like my own thing, like a project or like maybe business too. That's why I'm doing startup now. But research is something similar. You set your research question and you have the skills, and you can navigate like the research plan and how you can actually conduct the research by detailing the steps. So then I found the research really interesting, and it makes me excited. So I decided to apply for a PhD program at Stanford. Then I got in. So then here I am. Yes. So Stanford is also a wonderful place to do research. So all the professors, the program is pretty flexible. I actually have my own YouTube channel talking about my Stanford program. But when you do PhD, you want to make sure you are funded by any like specific professor or like a program. So my program, the program itself funds a PhD candidate like student. So we have the kind of autonomy to choose any professor that you want to work with. So this flexibility allows us to conduct research of our interest, and it's been a great experience.
I see. So, look back in your career and like life changing, like many chapters.
Yes.
So, when was your life changing moment? What do you think?
Yes. Maybe the first time was when I went to Switzerland for my first master's degree.
Yeah.
Because at that time I felt I was pretty much stuck in Japan, working at Accenture. I mean, it gave me a great experience learning about all the business stuff. But still, like I felt like also because of my personal like experiences and life, what was going on in my personal life, I really needed a change. But then my parents again, I mean, of course I was already in late 20s. I don't think I'm supposed to rely on my parents, but like they are still like against me going to study further. They just wanted to me continue working like more stable life. So I think for anyone having the first major step, also what's major really depends on like each person, but for me going to Switzerland was such a big leap and a major step. but then I just decided to let's just do it, and I started preparing for personal statement and taking all the exams, GRA and all that. After coming home like 12 a.m., at Accenture I was working until like in the morning or like late at night, but like even after that, when I came home, I like prepared my personal statement and studying until like 4 a.m. every day. Then I just decided to go. Then I saved enough at the time, so I just decided to go. After going to Switzerland, I feel like my life started moving more smoothly. Like when you are true to yourself, when you are true to what you want to do, like deep inside, I think like the things move more smoothly for you. Things come to you.
Things come to you. I see. Wow.
So having paying customers now and also enterprise POCs, we want to start raising in late November or December. And we are part of Techstars and are also StartX by Stanford University. And we want to start fundraising soon. And any intro to enterprise VCs and angel investors would be appreciated. So we'd like to use the funding for hiring additional engineers and the sales team, marketing team. We are quickly scaling the company, and we'd appreciate any support.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. Thank you.
The 3 key takeaways from the conversation with Ayako, part 2. 1. When you feel stuck, change your environment. Ayako was working long hours at Accenture and felt stuck in the same routine. Even after midnight, she studied for exam and wrote her personal statement to study abroad in Switzerland. That one decision to change her environment, not just her job, completely changed her mindset and her future. 2. Achieving one dream doesn't mean you stop dreaming. Working at the United Nations in Vienna was her childhood dream, and she made it come true. But instead of stopping there, she asked herself, what's next? When her life changed, marriage, pregnancy, and motherhood, she didn't give up. She created a new goal and kept moving forward. 3. Keep learning, no matter your life stage. While raising her baby, Ayako studied at the University of Tokyo, later continued her studies at UC Berkeley and Stanford. Even as a mother, she kept learning new skills and following her curiosity. Her story reminds us that it's never too late to pivot, grow, and start a new chapter, no matter what your situation is. Thank you so much for watching our episode today. We hope this conversation will help your future and career. If you like it, please subscribe us and give your like. Bye bye! またね。Ciao!